Hi, welcome back to Ahead of the Curve. I'm your host, Dr. Megan Teed, and I have Kerry Green with me today again for another Curve Convo. Welcome back, Kerry.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
We have some fun things to talk about today. Some specifically scoliosis related, spinal fusion related, some not. But I'd like to start off with Kerry sharing a couple of things that she was talking about today on Instagram that caught my eye about supplements that she takes to help regulate your nervous system. Is that correct?
Yeah, support it, I would say.
But yeah,
Support
I
it.
guess, yeah, you can't just like regulate your nervous system
No,
by,
totally. We can support our nervous system.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so I went live today and I was talking about three things because I'm not super big into supplements. These are three things that have helped me so much and have helped my clients a lot. The first one that I was talking about is electrolytes, specifically the brand I love. It can be any brand, but the brand I love is Element. And I like that because it has no fillers. Because a lot of times electrolytes have like natural flavors, and I'm like, what is this? Guar gum? Just give me the electrolytes, please.
Does Liquid IV have that?
Ooh, it has a lot of sugar.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the reasons why this helps our nervous system is because a lot of us are in survival mode without realizing it, or we do realize it, or we're just chronically stressed. And when that happens, our body's working basically 10 times harder to try to like pull resources and energy to be able to do the functions necessary to be in survival mode. Like if you needed to run from a bear. And so because our body's using up all these resources, we have to replace them.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we're in like a deficiency. And another thing that happens is because our gut is like kind of offline when we're chronically stressed and dysregulated, we're not really digesting as well as we would be. And so what that means is that we're not able to pull like minerals and nutrients from the food the way that we would if we were digesting properly. So when you take electrolytes, especially the ones that I take that have like magnesium, potassium, and sodium, it replaces a lot of these resources.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I take them not really for those reasons, but
Why do you take
I I take them mostly for energy. I feel like it helps my energy levels be so much better. And I'm curious how frequently you actually take it throughout the day. Is there like a maximum amount that you should be taking it or a minimum amount? Can
Yeah, I feel like it depends on the person. And like for you and I, we would probably take more because we work out pretty hard, you know? So like if you're going to sweat a lot, you can take a little bit more. I can't say exact amounts, but I do drink a pack of Element a day.
yeah,
And when I don't drink it, I definitely notice more like fatigue, brain fog. It's a noticeable difference.
yeah.
Hmm.
I actually also feel more thirsty when I don't take them.
Okay, so that's funny you say that because I've been learning like a lot of people say if you can drink as much water as you want, but if you are missing electrolytes in your body, you're just like drinking the water and your body's not really absorbing the
Correct.
hydration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. And I definitely feel that. I don't know if it's because I learned that before I started taking it. So I was like kind of looking for it. I'm like, am I more or less thirsty now that I'm
Yeah.
taking it? But yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I feel a noticeable difference as far as my thirst goes when I take them versus when I don't.
I love
So
how you froze. Hold on, can you see me?
yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah. So what else are you taking?
So number two, and this is a little more Alternative, the guy that I learned it from, his name is Anthony Williams. He goes by the medical medium. Have you ever heard of him?
Hmm?
So I've been kind of like reading his books and looking into how to heal chronic illness naturally. And one of the biggest things he says helps clear the body of like old viruses and soothe your nerves is lemon balm.
Oh,
Yes. So I take lemon balm. It's like a tincture and I just drop it right into my mouth.
okay. Where do you get that?
The brand that he says to use is called Vimergy.
Okay.
I
Is
don't
that
work
a,
I don't work with them or anything. It's just like
yeah.
a supplement brand, but I'm sure you could take any brand as long as there's no fillers in it.
Mhm. Did you
Yeah.
say Vimergy with a V or
Yeah.
M?
Vimergy.
Vimergy. Okay.
Yeah. I've been
Yeah.
ordering all the things he says to order. I have like cat's claw now. I'm like, whatever, whatever the medical medium says. I
I'm
think
sure your husband loves that. He's like, what is this stuff?
another package. Also, he says to drink pure celery juice every day, which also helps rid the body of toxins and heavy metals. And so I have like so much celery in our fridge right now. And James is like, what is going on? I can't even fit anything. It's all celery. Because you have to buy so much. And
So
then it's
much.
like one little cup it makes.
Yeah. Juicing is really fruitless.
It's like when you buy spinach and you cook it and it's like
Yeah. You're
one
like, where did it all go? I just put like a whole back box or a bag in there and it's just like
uh,
looks like a cup,
crazy.
maybe.
Yeah,
That's,
so okay, so number three
yeah.
is creatine. So this is
Okay.
something that is supposed to like give your central nervous system energy. It supports the cells. And something that the research suggests, which I just learned, which was really cool, is that it can heal your peripheral nerves. Have you heard that?
No. What?
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
amazing. What?
I know. And so this is funny. I learned that. And then I had a client this week and she's been having trouble with her like depth perception and her cranial nerves. And she went to her neurologist and he actually prescribed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
And how do you only take creatine in smoothies, or is there another way that you can take it? Because I'm not a smoothie person.
I just drink it with water. It's tasteless.
Oh,
There's zero taste. I know that sounds gross, but you
huh.
can't, yeah, it's got no flavor.
Because I have creatine and I was putting it in smoothies and I just not a smoothie person, especially this time of year. I don't like being cold and just makes me feel so cold having drinking a smoothie.
You
Okay.
want like warm beverages or food?
Yeah, I'm more into like warm food soups and stuff. So I guess I could just like mix it in a soup too. But
Yeah, but we have to check if heating it does anything to
oh, that's true.
like, hold
Yeah,
on.
it does change like the chemical, yeah,
Hmm.
and some things. So never mind.
So
I'll
I was doing since you said that, I was doing Sakara. Have you heard of it?
yeah, yeah.
I was,
How
let me just see how this feels. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna detox. I'm gonna get all my nutrients and my superfoods, but it's all like it's mostly cold.
oh
So I didn't like that. I realized like I am just not a cold food person at all. I don't need a salad every meal.
yeah,
I like warm food.
I do too. I mean, summer I can tolerate cold food a little bit better and salads and stuff, but I still like heated stuff here and there. So, um,
Yeah.
good to know about creatine because I have some that I need to use. And I did feel better when I was taking it, but I would be curious to find that study about the connection between peripheral nerves and creatine because
Maybe I can send it to you after this.
yeah,
We can link it.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because that's amazing,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I forgot to send you this on Instagram, or just like shoot you a message about this. My client, so Kerry put together this awesome webinar for my small group coaching members, and they watch it before they start my program. And I added this, I don't know, how long ago was that?
Oh man,
Was it a year?
maybe it was before I moved, so it had to be at least 6 months ago.
6 months. Yeah. So I added it 6 months ago, and one of my members who joined before that, she's like, "Oh, I was like going back through like all the stuff, and I watched that video with Kerry, and it was so awesome." And she said the tapping has really
Mhm.
transformed her ability to sleep,
Oh,
better sleep at night. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I had to tell her," and then I forgot, so I just remembered. Like,
oh, I'm so happy to hear that. To be honest, like sometimes I forget that people are watching this video.
yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that they're watching it and that it's helping.
Yeah, yeah. So thank
Amazing.
you. And
Yeah.
yeah, very valuable information in there.
Keep it tapping, everyone.
Yeah, yeah. And it's such a simple thing where you're doing it and you're like, there's no way that this is going to work.
Oh my gosh, the entire 8 weeks that the women are in my program, it's like their logical minds, even as they're feeling progress, their logical mind is still like, I don't get it. This is too easy.
Do you want to share a little bit about what the tapping thing so people aren't like, what is that?
What are they talking about? Yeah, so it's a somatic exercise where basically, if you're not watching this, you can do it with an open hand or you can make a fist, and it's very, very simple. You just start tapping with your hand or your fist on your entire body. So you can start with like one arm and then you go to the other arm, and you can even, I like to do like my whole head. And I
Mhm.
like to do the back of my neck, especially because like your vagus nerve is back here. I even do like if I do it right now, I feel like my whole body is tingling. So, and then you do your stomach, your back, your legs, and even the bottom of your feet. And then you just do that for 3 minutes.
Mm,
It was
yeah,
like the one of the biggest things that helped me with chronic pain for sure.
yeah. And that's so powerful to have that tool when you're struggling, like even when you're just in a flare up, or you're standing somewhere and you're having pain. If you can just start tapping,
Yeah,
people might look at you a little weird, but it's really something that you can subtly do, I think, and people won't even notice.
100%. I do it in the gym, like I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
the gym like but for the listeners, like think of it like when you have pain or a flare up or something and your nerves start going, which is, you start feeling pain, you're like having a conversation back with the nerves in language that it can understand.
Mhm.
So you're speaking into your body.
So cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So speaking of gyms,
Yeah. Yes.
I'd love to hear your experience with functional patterns so far and how that's felt in your body and all that.
All right. So I've been doing functional patterns with Meg for when did I sign up? 2 months ago?
Probably about two.
I do
Yeah.
it with her. I do it with her coach, and we're all in a group. What I learned, a couple things. What I learned is that I have anxiety about being in a group and not messing up. So I don't think I said this last time. The first two Zooms, I like panicked and logged on and logged off.
You told me that because you
Yeah. Oh,
people
I
and you're
think I
like,
messaged you. I think I messaged you that.
yeah, you're like, we're all in gyms. And I'm like, wait.
It just looked so intimidating. All I saw, like, so I'm in my bedroom, my office. I don't have a lot of space. So I was kind of like freaking out about that because you have to have a setup. You have to have somewhere that you attach your bands and you know, have space to move around. Like I have all that, but my door's in a weird spot. It's like touching my bed, so I have to like go off to the side. So I was freaking out about the setup, and then I was freaking out about the group and not knowing what to do. I kind of felt like I was like 15 years old. I had a panic attack. I closed the Zoom. I
Wait, you
texted the
had an
coach.
actual panic attack?
Not like I wasn't like hyperventilating, but it was enough for me to like just close the Zoom. Like I would never do that. It was so unlike me. Then, so I'm in fight or flight, right? So then I text the coach that I can't do it. I'm like, I think I made a mistake. Maybe another time when I like have a gym. I was like convinced that
Oh,
I needed to be in a gym and couldn't do it in my room.
yeah.
And then he was like, "No, you didn't see this, but there was like, you know, he named like five people that were also doing it in their room." And I'm like, "All right, fine, I'll give it another chance." Anyway, so I did, and I loved it. So it was the hardest class I've ever done in my life. But
I remember the
I
first, was I there for your first class or?
yeah,
Okay, that was your first, that's right. Okay.
yeah.
That was a challenging class to have as your first class. So,
I was running on adrenaline, so I think I did pretty good. But also he was like kind of gassing me up, if you remember. He's
yeah.
like, "Oh, look at Kerry go." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm really good at this."
He doesn't do that to everybody,
That's
so
so funny.
he must have been crushing it.
I was really crushing it, where he was just being a really good coach, you know? Um, and so after that class, I was bewildered by how much energy I had, how
Mhm.
much focus I had, like what a good mood I was in that day. And I even messaged you and I was like, I remember I was asking you questions. I was like,
Yeah.
is this normal? Oh, did that happen to you when you started?
Yeah, yeah. So I think for me, it was a combination of things. So I signed up actually on my birthday. I started in August and I signed up as a way of like working through my grief, and to switch things up from doing Peloton workouts and things like that. So I felt invigorated from like the movements of throwing things and like slamming things. So you use like the um, medicine balls or slam balls, and you actually like throw them on the ground and do different movements for somebody who doesn't know about functional patterns. But that was like releasing something in me that I needed to release that I was storing up. So I think that that probably could be something that you were feeling as well. Not necessarily grief, but maybe some energy that was pent up in your body. Additionally, um, I primarily did Peloton workouts where everything is like in a unilateral plane or like single plane movement, and functional patterns utilize a lot of rotation,
Mhm.
and that feels really good in my body, to be doing that. And I think that that also releases some stored up energy. It also helps to detox your organs when you're doing rotational movements.
Right.
Oh,
And maybe like, is it because we've always been told not to do that? It's like pushing through
yeah.
fear. I mean, I definitely still like, so the second class I did, it was a corrective. So there was like a little bit more rotation. It was very confusing for me. He's like, turn your pelvis to the left and then it's like, turn your pelvis to the left and then turn my pelvis to the right and then turn my body to the right. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah. 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 The correctives classes are definitely, they're even difficult for my brain to wrap around because there's an element of that with the correctives with Scully correctives because your spine is kind of like a Rubik's cube. Your pelvis is doing something different from your rib cage, and your rib cage is doing something different from your shoulders generally. And they're all rotating different directions. So I understand some of it to a degree, and then some of it does not feel intuitive at all. So,
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, do you follow the instructions and just do it all no matter what, or do you ever?
so I modify things a little bit based on my curve. So when we're doing things like side bending, I emphasize my side bending out of my concavity. So I'll side bend towards my convexity to engage those muscles a bit more. And then when we go the other direction, I will side bend a little bit, but I'll pretty much kind of pull like straight up and down
Mm.
with that element so that I'm not collapsing into my concavity as I'm
Mm.
doing that. And then with rotation, I do go both ways, but I'll enhance and emphasize the rotation out of my curve more than
Yeah.
into my curve.
Yeah.
So I keep those things in mind, but I do pretty much follow most of the cueing
Mhm.
because it's neat the way that it actually helps you to connect to those oblique lines more
Oh, yeah.
even.
Definitely feeling things fire that have never fired ever in my life.
Yeah.
Not one time, probably.
And
Even my husband and I were going for a walk, and I had only done 3 classes. So I don't know, maybe I was just like puffed up or something. But he was like, Your back looks different.
so I haven't I started to share this actually on Instagram and then I took it down because I got very self-conscious about it. So I took progress photos of myself. I took photos in August and then I just took them again. And the photos from behind I noticed like the most difference with, but I'm like, is it just me seeing that or is that actually there? But um I can see that my concavity actually has like muscle to it.
Really? That's,
Um,
that's
whereas
amazing.
before it was just kind of a little bit of dead space.
Mhm.
But then I'm like doubting myself and I was like, you know what, never mind.
No, it's real. Trust me. It's happening. It's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I do feel it in my body. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel more supported in all of the things that I'm already doing, like sitting and like
Mhm.
even just sitting is more comfortable because I feel like I'm not just falling
Yeah.
curve. I have like more support symmetrically on both sides. So
Not taking so much energy to sit, right? It's like we don't think about that without a strong core and
yeah,
and back and symmetrically strong. Like it's so much effort to sit. I'm so tired by the
yeah,
end of the day. How is that even possible?
it is. It's
It's
fatiguing.
work. Yeah. Now, do you do how many classes a week do you do?
It varies, but I actually do try to do 6 classes a week because
Really?
it is a variety of classes.
Yeah.
So it's not all dynamic. If they were all dynamic classes, all dynamic strength classes, I would not be doing that to myself.
Mhm.
But because it's a really nice balance of correctives, because correctives are definitely more chill than
Definitely. Yeah.
dynamics. And then there's myofascial, excuse me, MFR class, so a myofascial release class on Wednesday. So I'll like have they poo-poo coffee, but I'll be like having my coffee and
They
doing
poo-poo everything. I'm
I
just like
know.
working out and like listening to them poo-poo in the class, and
I
I'm just
know.
like laughing.
Yeah. Yeah. But
That's the only one I've yet to try, and I'm really interested to start because I love myofascial release. But I got a little nervous because I'm like, oh, okay, do I have every tool? So I
you
have,
need a
oh.
You only need a lacrosse ball.
Really? I thought you needed like no, okay, good.
Yeah, you don't need all that stuff. In fact, I actually don't use a lacrosse. I do adapt some of those things. So I'll use my yoga tune-up balls, which are a bit softer than a lacrosse ball. They're still firm, but there's some give to them. And then I have my Franklin balls, which do you know what those are?
Yeah, I have these all of these balls. I just didn't know if you needed the bigger like medicine ball that
No.
they have a lot of gadgets.
Yeah.
So for everyone listening, functional patterns, they have a lot of their own gadgets.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
they
Meg
do.
and I are very susceptible to thinking
Okay.
you need the gadgets.
One gadget I think you do need
Yes, tell me.
is the RG bar
Okay.
because let me tell you, you will connect to your body. Like, I mean, it feels so good in your body. So it's a long bar. It only has like one attachment point at the end of it. And then the actual bar itself is kind of split in half and that'll like kind of move back and forth so that it's like not straining your wrists as you're doing some of the stuff. But when you attach the one end to the resistance and the other end is free and you're pushing and pulling, it really helps you to connect to your back and your core really, really well. So it feels so good. So I would recommend that is like
Okay, one RG bar coming up. And also, this is what I really want to get. It's just like something to attach all these things to the wall, like without needing a gym. And
yeah.
James is like, you don't need that. Use the door. I'm like, it's so annoying. I need it. So I need an RG bar and something
Yeah.
wall mount.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been eyeing this pulley system that attaches to the
Oh, I
wall.
already know what you're gonna say because I've been eyeing it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because of course it's serving it to you and I. It's a one bar
Yep.
and then
Yep.
you can adjust the yeah, it's like a what do you call it? What's the name of it?
I can't remember. It's not tonal is what's in my head, but it's not that. It's the other one.
Similar.
First of all, it's pretty.
It's pretty, it takes up no space. So I was trying to sell this idea to James. I'm like, this is why I need it. It takes
Yeah.
up no space, it can go anywhere, you can use it. He's like, it's $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. The other hesitation for me is how far the cables extend.
Okay.
But I'm limited with that in our gym anyway, so I don't think that makes a big difference. The actual functional patterns pulley system, those pulleys or those cables extend like I don't know, like 24 feet or something crazy. I mean, it's not that far, but it's
Wait, why would you need it to extend more?
um because you take a with some of the stuff like you kind of like take a lot of steps
Oh,
away
okay.
from it. And I find that I'm like getting like, pulled backwards with some of it, but
Yeah.
it's adaptable. You
Mhm.
just start really close to it and then you can work it.
Well, when you buy it, let me
Yeah.
know. You have a gym. I'm like so jealous. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, you don't have one
I
at your
do. It's just there's always like 30 people in there, so it's just not enough space to do like that full class, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I am a jerk, and sometimes there's people in there, and I'm occupying that cable system like almost the whole time. There are two sides to it, so I at least try to stick to one side, but I'm sure it bugs people.
Oh well.
I've not
So
gotten kicked out yet.
I'm definitely going to continue with it. I just need to do it more often, but highly recommend for anyone that wants to try it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thanks for your feedback. And that is coming from somebody who has spinal fusion and
Yes.
a person who has scoliosis. So It is possible to do crazy, interesting workouts with any type of body.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anything else you have?
Um, no, not really. I have what's going on in your social life?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to Australia.
Yes. So exciting.
9 days, so getting ready for that. We'll be gone a couple weeks and we're flying into Sydney and then we're doing like a little road trip for 7 days, which I'm stressed about that too. We're stopping in like a different little coastal town along the way to get to Melbourne. Um, so just the thought of like being in a different spot every night, I'm like, okay, am I going to be forgetting anything? Or you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
leaving something there is stressful to me.
Yeah.
So, but very much looking forward to getting away and seeing a different culture. Um, but
Yeah. And how long is did you say it takes to get there, the flight?
so it's like in total 24 hours.
The big
So
one.
it's huge. I'm stressed a little bit about my back.
Right. I want to talk about this.
So I am checking a bag actually primarily just because of all of the schooling stuff I'll probably be bringing with me. Um, I have my wedges and they're rice bags. So uh, for people who don't know, if you bring those rice bags on a carry-on, you'll probably get stopped by TSA because they are skeptical.
International because it's food.
Well, not only that, no, for even like um flights locally, like
Oh, really?
domestic domestic flights, if you have it in your carry-on, they're going to flag that. Because it's food or they're not sure what's in it.
I see. It's just like a mysterious object.
Yeah, so they're not gonna like cut them open or anything, but they'll ha pull you aside and swipe
Uh,
stuff. So
I didn't even think of that. Wow.
I didn't either. And then my poor client, he was like, I brought my wedges and stopped by TSA, and I was like,
Oh, that's so frustrating.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna bring your wedges, your Pilates ball.
Yeah, my gorgeous ball. I'll bring that with me on the plane because I like to have it behind my back and sit on it and do stuff.
Well, non-negotiable for lumbar support because
Yeah.
they don't offer any on planes or in cars. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I'll have a little like neck thing that I'll wear on the plane, and then I'll have my yoga tune-up balls for release work and my bands and a yoga strap to do elongations.
hmm
Um, So I do some elongations over the door and in a
hmm
couple of different ways.
And you will just do like a sitting, standing situation, just
Hmm.
kind of keep your body like
Yep.
juices flowing.
Yeah. So I'm very particular about getting aisle seats because I don't like not feeling like I ha don't have the option to get up and walk around. So
Yeah,
always will get an aisle seat. Already have those set. My poor husband will be in the middle seat. Um, and then yeah, I have a couple of things that I do as far as like just seated elongations using my seat handles to decompress.
just like pushing up and
Yeah.
just yeah, and breathe.
Yep, doing that and like doing little tail wags while I'm pushing up just to release the low back.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, you just do as much as you can, and then I'll do a lot of repo work when I get off the flight.
that's what it's that's what it's about.
Yeah.
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 You'll get through it and it's going to be worth it. It's going to
Yeah.
be so exciting. You're not going to leave anything anywhere.
Nope. Nope. I'll have all my things.
Yes, let us know how it goes when you get back.
Yeah, I will. I will. What's on your social calendar coming up?
So, yeah, my friends are coming to visit me tomorrow. That's why my brain will be offline after this. I
Nice.
cannot think when I get excited. Like it just I can't focus, but so I'm really excited to see them and we're getting a house by the beach.
Oh, that's
Yep.
really fun.
A big house and we're just gonna swim for 3 days and be in the sun, not think about anything, not think about work.
That sounds so nice.
It's gonna be amazing.
How many people are coming?
Like 10. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
They,
that's a lot of
they come
people.
in droves, yeah.
That is like no small, is it any reason in particular they're coming or just they want to hang out
No,
with you?
yeah, like my friends and I just do a really good job of, because I'm the only one here and they're all in New York. So we do a really good job of planning gatherings every couple months. So, or we start to get really sad,
Oh, I love that.
you know?
Yeah, because you were just up there not terribly long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So usually I go there, but every once in a while they'll come here and we'll do like a big house situation. Yeah.
I'm inspired. Yeah. I mean, my friends are all spread out, so that would just be fun to have a house here, get a beach house and make everybody come here. So,
Yeah. And then I'll be seeing you soon.
yes.
Yeah, which I can't wait for.
Yes.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. It'll be good. But yeah, that's all we have for today. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ahead of the Curve. Thanks for joining us, Carrie.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, stay well and stay ahead of the curve.
Bye.
Bye.